We haven't talked much about it, but the Miami Dolphins, 6 left. Here we go. A schedule that right off the bat coming out of your bye week is very favorable.
It's as friendly as it could be, isn't it? I mean,
I could handpick maybe one or two right there in that family. But boy, I'll tell you what, the Saints, and then going up to play the Jets, and then you hit the road that third week, and that's going to be your chance to either get back to 500 or that's going to be it, really. Now you just play for a winning record, but a long shot at 9-8 of making the playoffs.
I mean, the Saints are the worst offense in the
15 points
15
a game.
points a game, number 32. So that's a nice coming out of a bye week. That's
Should
a
be
nice
a great
team
chance
to play
for our defense, which has played a lot better recently, to really have a good game. And offensively, again, I think Mike's really dialed in on what this offense can do. They got to finish some drives and score some more points, but he's dialed in and knows exactly what he's got. Hopefully Waller's going to be back. I hope he can play in this game. But he's got two guys. They're going to feed Achane the ball. Tua's going to get Achane the ball too, and screens out wide and swing passes and check downs. And then the other thing is you got to continue to get Jaylen Waddle the football.
And you've seen the formula. They get the lead. They run the ball effectively. They don't over-rely on Tua or the passing game, not just Tua, the whole passing game. They don't you look at Tua's numbers when they've won, their best games, Atlanta 205 yards, Buffalo 173, Washington 171.
Yeah,
very efficient, but not saying you got to carry the offense, because they get the lead and
everybody asks me about that. Why are his numbers so down? I have thoughts on it. First of all, health, keeping him healthy. Look, I can debate people the rest of this year. We are much better off having Tua than number 2 and number 3 quarterbacks.
Oh yeah,
not even close. And I got people like, oh well, why don't we give him a shot? How do you know? Oh, I saw it a little bit. I saw just a little bit of it at a game where Ewers got a chance to come in and play. They're just not ready, or they're not a good fit for this offense, in my opinion. Now, the second part of this is I just think he looks around at what he has and that turnover thing. I have found out, being around Mike, the one thing that the turnover thing is we're not good enough to turn the ball over and expect to win games. He goes, we got to take care of the ball. I think the offense he's running is the safest offense you can run. It's got Tua doing what he does bad. He still hits those slants. He'll hit those slants. Those in routes on the outside come out of your break, and bam, the ball's there. We see Waddle catch 1 or 2 of those a game. But it's a lot of short stuff. It's a lot of screens. Sometimes it drives people nuts. So we're doing the screen, and somebody will blow it up. A cornerback will get around the blocker and chop the guy down for no gain. And we're running wide really well right now. Achane's these pitches out wide. We block them well. We got guys who can get out. Brewers, outstanding at that, getting guys wide. And it's also one of the things Austin Jackson does really well.
Well, it'll be interesting to see him back in there, assuming he's healthy and
well, he's had a couple months to get healthy.
Yeah,
I hope.
I know. To your point though, on Tua and turnovers, and Mike, not this good run of winning 3 of 4. Right before that, they had 3 interceptions against Cleveland, 3 interceptions against the Chargers, and now they've had a run. Now he had 2 against Buffalo, but one was one of those punts that
Dave,
you throw.
Don't
up
sugarcoat those.
Well, one of them was
don't drink that Kool-Aid that it was like a punt. If you're going to hit me with that I'm going to walk out of here.
I'm not agreeing with it, but it sounded like
like a coach. It sounded like a coach protecting the quarterback.
Right, okay, I'll go with that. But the point is, he's not having those 3 turnover games like they did. Losing to Cleveland, that's how they lost. Losing to the Chargers, that's how they lost. So protecting the ball.
No.
You know what? That's the whole NFL way. Teams are scared to throw the ball downfield now. They throw these short passes, and the percentage of completions is way up compared to 10 years ago.
Oh yeah.
But teams aren't throwing the ball downfield.
Right.
Look at who the Dolphins are playing this year. When's the quarterback other than Josh Allen? Nobody really is throwing the ball downfield like aggressively. Obviously there's plays here. Even Justin Herbert, now he didn't have his tackles, so
I think a lot of teams right now are shorthanded on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Guys are going out. I just used to think the big fellas were really durable, and now, holy smokes, they get rolled up on, or, usually that's how you get caught standing and somebody, buckles you while you're got your weight on your foot there. And man, next thing is your leg's giving out. But I think Mike's got it pretty dialed in on what they can do here. And he'll put some little trickery in there and do some counters and do some different things. But
it changed when Tyreek Hill went out. Don't you think that
it might have changed earlier than that, because we weren't doing much down the field, but they were trying.
That's true.
They were
trying to get the ball to the both receivers. And Achane is the MVP though of the team. The way he
there's two guys that are playing a different level than anybody else. Brooks on defense is unbelievable. His leadership, who he is, I had no idea when we got him. Leads the league in tackles. But he had
a very good year last year too, and it kind of got lost.
Yes.
But this year his numbers are just off the charts.
Yeah, he is. He is like, please come back and play for us, man. We like that piece. We talked yesterday. I don't know if people got lost in our conversation. A veteran player called me about something, and I said, no, we were talking about the draft classes, that we got to do better in the draft. We got to get more guys that we draft, develop into better players. We've actually had some nice pickups of guys that we've been able to get. Hell, honestly, our two cornerbacks we picked up after camp started, they're fine. They've been injured. One's been injured, but they're good.
Yeah, I've been shocked.
Jack Jones is not bad. He's aggressive. I like his style. It's an aggressive play at the end of that game to win that game in overtime. So,
I thought their cornerbacks would be getting eaten up this year, and I wrote it in August. And again, part of it is what quarterbacks have they gone that have really attacked downfield? They really, other than Josh Allen again, and look at his receivers that Josh Allen's thrown to.
They keep signing more guys.
Yeah, they're desperate. They are.
If you get cut, you're a veteran receiver, and you get cut in the NFL right now. The Buffalo Bills are picking you up every week.
Meanwhile, their former receiver Stephon Diggs is having a comeback year in New England, and where everybody seems to be having they had $300 million to spend in the offseason, and everyone they spent it on has been a good buy, it looks like. And
they did from their draft to that free agent class, plus the coach they added,
Vrabel,
the right guy.
Yeah.
You put all that together with that soft schedule. Now listen, they're playing a bad team the year before. When you're a bad team, the league makes sure you get the weaker schedule. And they have, by the way, you've seen, if they don't have the best record in the NFL, I'm going to be shocked when this is done.
Yeah, they have seen their schedule to go out. Yeah, it's not that much. It is easier than the Dolphins, but only by degrees, right?
You know what? So the Dolphins play last game of the year. They might not play anybody because they'll have everything wrapped up.
Well, that'll be the question. What does that game mean? The other question, if
Mike doesn't care. And if I was Mike, I wouldn't care either. But I don't care who's hurt. I don't care if Baker Mayfield can play. I don't care if you're resting your starters. My job is to win. It doesn't say anything in the standings when I win of who played and who is injured.
I don't think Vrabel will say we're going to take the week off, because they're going to if
they
already get a bye,
2 weeks, right?
So they're not going to take. He doesn't seem that type of coach to say, we're going to take a few weeks off because we got to rest.
He was a coach of a team that was the number one seed that lost in round one, to your point. When he had Tannehill, they lost the first game coming out of that bye week for the number one team. team win. I can't remember who it was went in there and beat them, but All Day Dan Day is going to check on that for me. Hey, we got to go to break. We got a lot of stuff here, man, on a Wednesday. Hopefully everybody out there is got the short day today and get a chance to get home and spend a few days with your family, man. We wish that for everybody. Dave Hyde in with us this morning, All Day Dan Day, and my bud Jamie, the Gator back there. And he only cares about one thing. I love Jamie. He just wants Lane Kiffin, man. I said, what do you want, man? What do you want for the holiday season? He says, Lane Kiffin. I said, all right, well, we'll see. We'll see what I think he's going to get his wish. I do.